Have you ever asked yourself why Dubai is so rich? Because if we are being honest, Dubai doesn't even make sense. It's a city in the middle of the desert where temperatures can rise above 45 degrees Celsius. It has very little rainfall, no major rivers and very little farmland. And unlike many rich countries, it wasn't born with centuries of industrial wealth. So how did this place become home to the Burj Khalifa, the tallest building on earth? How did it build artificial islands that can literally be seen from space? How did it become a city where luxury cars are so common that people barely turn their heads when a Lamborghini drives past? Most people think Dubai is rich because of oil, but that's only part of the story. Matter of fact, if I told you that oil contributes only a small share of Dubai's economy today, would you believe me? So if oil isn't the main reason anymore, then where does all the money come from? Who came up with the idea of turning a small desert town into one of the most famous cities on earth? Was it luck? Was it good leadership? Or was it one of the smartest economic plans ever created? The more I looked into Dubai, the more I realized this isn't just a story about money. It's a story about vision, about taking huge risks, about seeing opportunities where everyone else saw nothing but sand. Today, millions of tourists visit every year. Businesses from around the world open offices there. Some of the richest people on the planet own properties there. And somehow, a city that was once known for pearl diving has become one of the biggest business and tourism hubs in the world. So how did Dubai pull this off? To answer that, we have to go back to a time when there were no skyscrapers, no luxury hotels, no shopping malls, and not even oil. Because believe it or not, Dubai wasn't always rich. It was once a tiny fishing village that very few people outside the region had ever heard of. And that's where our story begins. If you want more videos that explain the stories behind the world's biggest events, don't forget to subscribe and let me know in the comments which historical event we should uncover next. Today, when you hear the name Dubai, you probably think of luxury, the Burj Khalifa, Ferraris, 7-star hotels, shopping malls bigger than some towns. But if we traveled back just 100 years, you probably wouldn't even recognize the place. There were no skyscrapers, no highways, no giant airports, and no artificial islands. Just a small settlement sitting beside the waters of the Dubai Creek. Back then, life in Dubai was incredibly simple. Most families survived by fishing, others built small wooden boats known as dhows, and one particular industry known as pearl diving kept the town alive. Before cultured pearls existed, natural pearls were extremely valuable. Rich families from India, Persia, and Europe wanted them, and the waters of the Arabian Gulf produced some of the finest pearls in the world. Every year, hundreds of divers would sail out into the sea. They didn't have oxygen tanks or modern diving equipment, just a rope, a nose clip, and unbelievable courage. Some divers could stay underwater for almost 2 minutes, searching the seabed for oysters. The work was dangerous because there were sharks, the strong currents, and possibilities of drowning. And after all that effort, many oysters contained no pearls at all. Imagine spending an entire day diving only to come home with nothing. That was the life for many families in Dubai. But despite the hardships, the pearl trade made Dubai one of the busiest trading towns along the Gulf. Merchants arrived from India, Iran, East Africa, and other parts of Arabia. Dubai slowly became known as a place where business could happen. Then disaster struck in the late 1920s. The global economy collapsed during the Great Depression. At almost the same time, Japan perfected the production of cultured pearls. These pearls looked almost identical to natural ones, but they were much cheaper. Almost overnight, demand for Dubai's natural pearls collapsed. Imagine building your entire economy around one product, then suddenly nobody wants it anymore. Families lost their incomes, businesses closed, many people struggled just to survive. For a moment, it looked like Dubai's stories might end there. While many places would have accepted defeat, Dubai's leaders started thinking differently. Instead of thinking of how to revive the pearl business, they started thinking of what Dubai could become next. That single change in mindset would completely change the city's future. Even before oil was discovered, Dubai was already trying to become a trading hub. Its ruler at the time, Sheikh Said bin Maktoum Al Maktoum, encouraged merchants to settle in Dubai. Taxes were kept relatively low. Traders were welcomed. People from different countries began doing business there. It wasn't making Dubai rich yet, but it planted an important idea. Dubai didn't want to depend on just one source of income ever again. And then in the 1960s, everything changed. deep beneath the desert, engineers discovered the oil that would give Dubai the money it needed to chase much bigger dreams. But oil wasn't the ending of Dubai's story, it was only the beginning. In 1966, oil was discovered at the Fateh oil field, about 60 miles, which is also 97 kilometers off Dubai's coast. For Dubai, it was like winning the lottery. After years of economic struggles, money finally started flowing in. The first shipment of Dubai's crude oil was exported in 1969, and suddenly the government had lots of cash. This was something it never had before. See, most countries that discover oil make one big mistake. They become completely dependent on it. Everything revolves around oil. The government earns money from oil. The economy depends on oil. People depend on oil. Then when oil prices fall, the entire country suffers. Dubai's leaders looked at that possibility and decided that they were not going to let that happen. The man leading that vision was Sheikh Rashid bin Zayed Al Maktoum. If there's one person you should remember from Dubai's story, it's him. Sheikh Rashid believed something very simple. He famously said, and I quote, "My grandfather rode a camel, my father rode a camel, I drive a Mercedes, my son drives a Land Rover. His son will drive a Land Rover, but his son will ride a camel." What did he mean? He wasn't insulting camels. He was warning that oil wouldn't last forever. One day, the oil would run out or the world would stop depending on it. And if Dubai wasn't prepared, it could become poor again. So instead of spending all the oil money on luxury, he started investing it. He built roads, modern ports, schools, hospitals, electricity, water systems, things that would attract businesses from around the world. One of his boldest decisions came in 1972. Dubai opened Port Rashid. Many people thought it was far too big. They said that why would a small city need such a massive port? But Sheikh Rashid wasn't building for the Dubai of today, he was building for the Dubai of tomorrow. Just a few years later, the port was already so busy that Dubai had to build an even bigger one. In 1979, Jebel Ali Port officially opened. Today, it's one of the busiest ports in the entire world. Thousands of ships pass through it every year. So can you now see that Dubai didn't become rich simply by selling oil? It only used oil money to build the infrastructure that would make money long after the oil was gone. That's another strategy. Today, oil contributes only a small percentage of Dubai's economy. Most of Dubai's wealth now comes from things like trade, tourism, finance, real estate, aviation, and business services. In other words, oil gave Dubai a head start, but it wasn't the finish line. The real magic happened because Dubai used that money to reinvent itself, and the next move they made would turn Dubai into a city that businesses from all over the world wanted to call home. So by the late 1970s, Dubai's economy is already growing, but Sheikh Rashid knew something important. Building roads and ports wasn't enough. He needed people, businesses, investors and companies from all over the world. The question was that why would an international company choose Dubai instead of London, New York, Singapore or Hong Kong? So Dubai had to give them a reason. In 1985, Dubai created something called the Jebel Ali Free Zone or JAFZA. Now, I know free zone sounds boring, but stay with me. Imagine you own a company in Germany or India or Nigeria. You want to open a business in another country. Normally, you have to deal with high taxes, strict regulations, lots of paperwork. And in many countries, you couldn't even own your company completely. But Dubai said, what if we made business as easy as possible? Inside JAFZA, foreign companies could own 100% of their businesses. They enjoyed tax advantages. Imports and exports became much simpler. The paperwork was reduced. For business owners, it sounded almost too good to be true. And guess what? Companies started arriving. Before long, some of the biggest companies in the world had offices in Dubai. The free zone was built right beside Jebel Ali Port. A ship arrives at one of the world's busiest ports. Its goods are unloaded and within minutes, they can move straight into warehouses or factories. That saves businesses time. And in business, time is money. Dubai understood that before many others did. In 1985, the government launched a small airline. It was called Emirates. Believe it or not, the airline started with just 2 aircraft. Many people were thinking that the airline will never compete with the big European airlines. Today, Emirates flies to more than 100 destinations across 6 continents. Millions of passengers pass through Dubai International Airport every year. For years, it's ranked among the busiest international airports on earth. Every time someone flew through Dubai, some decided decided to stay for a few days. They booked hotels, visited restaurants, went shopping and spent money. Dubai wasn't just transporting people anymore, it was attracting them. Then the city made another huge bet. Instead of trying to become only an oil city or only a business city, Dubai decided to become famous, and not just in the Middle East but everywhere. They began building projects that people couldn't ignore. The Burj Al Arab, which became one of the world's most recognizable luxury hotels. The Palm Jumeirah, an artificial island built in the shape of a palm tree. People around the world looked at pictures and asked, wait, they built an island? Exactly. Dubai had discovered something powerful. If you build things the world has never seen before, the world will come to see them. And that strategy worked better than almost anyone expected. Within a few decades, Dubai had transformed from a city that depended on traders into a city that attracted tourists, businesses, celebrities and investors from every corner of the globe. But perhaps the biggest transformation was still to come, because Dubai wasn't just becoming a place to do business anymore, it was becoming one of the world's biggest tourist destinations. After all the achievements, Dubai's leaders weren't satisfied. They wanted something even bigger. They wanted people to think about Dubai even if they had no business there. They wanted millions of tourists. Now here's the problem. When most people think of a holiday, they imagine beaches in the Caribbean, the mountains of Switzerland, or the streets of Paris. Nobody was dreaming of spending their vacation in the middle of the Arabian desert. So Dubai asked itself one question: how do we make the world notice us? And their answer was to build things that nobody else has. Things like world records and places so unique that people would travel thousands of kilometers just to see them. One of the first projects that grabbed the world's attention was the Burj Al Arab. It opened in 1999. Built on its own artificial island, the hotel looked like the sail of the traditional Arabian dhow. People called it one of the most luxurious hotels ever built. Whether you could afford to stay there or not, you knew its name. That was exactly what Dubai wanted. Then they went even further. In the early 2000s, construction began on one of the most ambitious engineering projects in history, the Palm Jumeirah. It's an island shaped like a palm tree. Dubai actually did it. Millions of tons of sand and rock were used to create an entirely new island. Today, the Palm is home to luxury villas, 5-star hotels, restaurants and the famous Atlantis, the Palm Resort. It became one of the most photographed places in the world. But Dubai still wasn't finished. Then came the project that changed its skyline forever, the Burj Khalifa. Construction began in 2004, and on 4 January 2010, it officially opened. Standing at 828 meters, it became the tallest building ever built by humans. You see, a city that barely had modern buildings a few decades earlier now had the tallest buildings on earth. That's an incredible transformation. The Burj Khalifa wasn't just a building, it became a symbol. Every time someone saw a picture of Dubai, the Burj Khalifa was there. This is free advertising. Dubai had turned architecture into marketing. Then there was shopping. You might think that a shopping mall is just a shopping mall, but not in Dubai. The Dubai Mall, which opened in 2008, became one of the largest shopping malls in the world. It wasn't just filled with shops, it had an aquarium, an indoor ice rink, luxury fashion brands, restaurants and entertainment. People didn't just go there to buy things, they went there to spend an entire day. Then Dubai started hosting major international events, including business conferences, sporting events, technology exhibitions, and perhaps the biggest of them all, Expo 2020 Dubai, which was delayed by the COVID-19 pandemic and eventually opened in 2021. More than 190 countries participated. Millions of visitors came from around the world. It was another opportunity for Dubai to tell the world to come and see what they've built, and it worked. Today, more than 15 million international tourists visit Dubai in a typical year, making it one of the most visited cities on earth. What's fascinating is that many visitors don't come because of oil. They come because Dubai has successfully built a reputation as a place where almost anything seems possible. Tourism is only one piece of the puzzle, because behind the luxury hotels, the giant skyscrapers and the beautiful beaches, Dubai has quietly built an economy that's designed to keep making money even long after the oil is gone. So oil gave Dubai a chance. What made Dubai different was what it did with that chance. Instead of depending on oil forever, Dubai invested in its future. It built ports, airports, roads, hotels, airlines, business districts, tourist attractions, and perhaps most importantly, it built a reputation. Today, when people hear Dubai, they think of opportunities. Businesses think of investment. Tourists think of luxury. Entrepreneurs think of low taxes. In many ways, Dubai has become a brand. People don't fly to Dubai just because there's a beach. There are beaches all over the world. They don't come just because there are tall buildings. Many cities have skyscrapers. People come because Dubai offers an experience that's hard to find anywhere else. One day you can go skiing inside a shopping mall. The next day you can ride a camel in the desert. Then have dinner on the 124th floor of the tallest building on earth. It's that mix of luxury, innovation and ambition that keeps people coming back. But Dubai still faces challenges. The weather is extremely hot for much of the year. It relies heavily on international trade and tourism. When the COVID-19 pandemic hit in 2020, tourism almost stopped overnight. Hotels became quiet, flights were cancelled, businesses slowed down. For a moment, Dubai experienced one of its toughest economic periods in years. But once again, the city adapted, tourism recovered, businesses returned, events came back, and Dubai continued growing. That's one thing you'll notice throughout its history. Whenever a challenge appears, Dubai doesn't usually wait for things to get better. It looks for another opportunity. Now, the city is investing heavily in technology, artificial intelligence, renewable energy, financial services, startups, and becoming one of the smartest cities in the world. Because Dubai knows something many cities forget. The world keeps changing, and if you stop changing with it, you get left behind. Now think back to where this story started. A tiny fishing village, families diving for pearls, wooden boats along Dubai Creek, and very few people outside the region even knew the place existed. Fast forward just over a century, and Dubai has become one of the most recognizable cities on earth. Millions of tourists visit every year. Some of the world's biggest companies have offices there. People from more than 200 nationalities live and work in the city, and it all happened because a few leaders refused to believe that the desert had to stay just a desert. So Dubai is so rich because it didn't simply discover oil. It discovered the vision to prepare for a future beyond oil, the vision to think decades ahead instead of just a few years, the vision to build a city that people didn't need to visit but desperately wanted to. And maybe that's the biggest lesson from Dubai's story. Sometimes the greatest resource a place can have isn't what's buried beneath the ground. It's the people bold enough to imagine what could exist above it.